Food and weight obsession can be exhausting. Losing weight, gaining weight, dieting, feeling like a failure because you missed a workout, binged, overate, or gained all the weight back. The cycle is endless and it can be maddening. But I'm here to say you can stop the mental madness. You can take back control of your food behaviors, but you have to face your fears, you have to ask for help, and make a change. I am Leslie M. Thornton, permanent weight loss coach from hpwl.co. This is Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss, and I know you can make this happen. On this podcast, you will hear how to stop the mental madness, love your body, trust your food decisions so you can create a life of happiness, freedom, and inner peace. Good day. Welcome to Real Talk with Leslie. Emma Thornton, Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss. Happy to be with you today. We're doing Real Talk with Leslie M. Thornton today. What does that mean? It means I'm about to call you out. I'm about to call you out. Why? This podcast has been on the air since May 2020, which means that we're almost at a 2-year mark at this point. We have 138 episodes. And as we grow, which we grow about 50% every year since 2015 when I first did this thing, but the podcast started a year and a half ago. We have started to collect data because that's what you do when you become an official business owner is you make decisions based on data instead of drama because there's a lot of emotionality that comes with having your own business. And I got some data for you all today that's going to allow me to, instead of call you out, maybe that's not a nice way to say it, call you forward. Call you forward. And no, I'm not going to try to make you change your life today because I know that maybe it's not the right time for you. Lord knows that it took me a long time to actually say I needed help and to say that I had to be done with dieting and to get to a point where I was ready to do the work, to free myself, no matter what that took. So no judgment, no shaming happening there from me, and ready for the knowledge drop. So April 2020, COVID is about to break out in the world, the earth that we live on. And podcasts measure listenership by unique downloads. So new downloads of a podcast episode. In the first week that we aired, we had 3,803 unique downloads. Next week, 4,000. The next month, 5,000. Okay, fast forward. Ends up being a time where there was between probably 3,500. I'm looking at the numbers now, 3,800, 3,900. Okay, and then we get up to the 4,000 starting in November of that year. 4,000 unique downloads. Well, we went a little into the 3,000s again, and then 4,888 unique downloads. Okay, so now we're hitting into some pale green here. And then we started going up into the 5,000s. March, 7,274 unique downloads, 7,491. April, this is past April, 25th through May 1st, 7,165. May, 8,432 unique downloads for the How to Not Take Things Personally podcast episode week. And from then we've stayed consistently between 8,000 and 5,800 unique downloads per week of the Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss podcast. You know what that means to me? Number one, it means that I've got a lot of repeat listeners here. So if you've been a repeat listener, listening to my podcast as you're taking walks and as you're driving to work, and you've been doing all your things in life, amazing. And where are you? Yes, I want you to know I'm specifically talking to you. You've been listening to me for I don't know how long, a long time now. And I still haven't seen your face. Handful of you, I have. Handful of you are in my program right now. Handful of you have booked calls with us and have had a consultation with us. A lot of you, potentially 1,000 plus of you, I don't know who you are. And that makes me feel abandoned. That makes me feel things that are emotional that you can say to me, Leslie, get over it. I'm not required to tell you that I listen to you on a regular basis or anything. And you're not. I want to be clear. You absolutely don't need to do anything at all to let me know that you're there. And we've talked on this podcast before about human design. Yes. If you haven't listened to any of our episodes on human design, check them out. There's 5 types. 20% of the population are projectors. Projectors are here to guide the planet, to guide human beings. They can see things about people that they can't see about themselves, and they really see clearly what would be the actions they could take that could move their life forward in a powerful, helpful way. I, Leslie M. Thornton, am a projector. And I have, I think my throat, it's like my throat, it's not your throat chakra, but whatever. In human design talk, my throat is like the powerful way that people really can hear me. It's like as soon as I open my mouth, people are attracted or whatever. So when I started the podcast, it was like, yes, of course, this is my platform. I want to be on the radio, which is kind of like podcasting. And here we are. And my business took off when I started podcasting because all the stars aligned, and this is like what I am meant to be doing. But here's like, so with every human design type, they obviously have like some downfalls or things they need to look out for. One of the things that projectors need to look out for is that they are always desiring to be seen. And they really want their advice to be received and asked for. Because if we give advice to people without them asking for it, it makes me feel bitter, makes projectors feel bitter. I had to learn that the hard way because I would always try to tell my family what they should be doing to better themselves in their lives without being invited to have that conversation. I really try not to do that anymore. And this podcast and the business has been the most fantastic and moving and beautiful. Like, it could make me emotional very easily to talk about what a gift it's been to be able to not only be a coach, but to have this type of platform that's just like so much in alignment with me. I am a huge believer that, and this is, I gave a presentation one time to a whole bunch of business coaches on podcasting and how you could have a profitable podcast. But I made very clear to them, I was like, But don't just start a podcast because I have one, because here's why. I'm a projector. Sharing my knowledge is what I came here to do and guide people. Number two, I got this throat thing happening. And so when I open my mouth, people listen. It's always been the case for me, even before I started podcasting. Anytime I went to like a business networking thing and I let them know that I did hypnosis for weight loss, as soon as I just shared about my story, it's just like I had people waiting to talk to me. And you could say that it's because of the hypnosis for weight loss, which obviously, yes, that's probably why you're here, because you Googled something or you randomly ended up here. And maybe it's also because you guys hear my voice and hear the wisdom, and you value having someone who can see you to guide you out of food prison, if that's something that's plagued you for your entire life. So, needing to be seen, correct. So, I have a request. Again, not going to make you like come out of the woodwork and say you need a call with me. It's not my birthday right now, but we can pretend. But would you do me the amazing honor of somehow letting me know that you've been listening and it's been whatever it's been for you, even if you hate it, even if you're like, Leslie, how come you never actually do hypnosis on the podcast? I don't care. I would love to know that you're there. Like, that would make my life feel very fantastic and filled up, and like make it all worth it. With that said, it already feels amazingly worth it, because when I do have podcast listeners text the 1-855 Be Alive number, get the training, book a call, and then get a consult with me. Now it's with me. It's not always with me, but right now it's with me. So if you're trying to talk to me, that's the way to do it. They fill me up a lot because they've been listening to the podcast and say what a difference it's been making for them. And that's just enough in and of itself. But like, if there are thousands of you who are like supposed to be hanging out with me, like, and you resonate with me because you see parts of yourself in things that I share here, like, can we please connect, please? Because who knows what's possible from a connection. Like, I had a thought today. I was like, why don't we all meet somewhere? I was on a podcast called the Subconscious Mind Mastery Podcast a couple times several years ago, like 2015. And I ended up co-leading a Sedona Vortex meditation tour with the host of that podcast and another gentleman. And he invited his podcast listeners who similarly were listening, but not letting themselves be heard or seen, on this epic freaking retreat that we did. And what an amazing thing. So it's like, who knows what's possible? So be my friend, make my day pre-birthday, and let me know you're here. I would love that. So let's see, what's the best way? I've clearly not thought about this for you to let me know that you're here. Well, first of all, if you're watching this podcast live in my Hypnosis for Permanent Weight Loss Facebook group, then comment below, like, yeah, and tell me how many episodes you've listened to and how long you've been listening. Maybe I'll even like mail you a prize. I will mail you something cool. I'll mail you a massage if for the person who's been listening the longest to this podcast. Okay, that's the deal. For everyone else, I used to give my email out, my podcast, and then I stopped, but we're doing it right now. You ready? This is my email. It's like gonna come to me when I'm laying in bed at nighttime. Email me at coachmeleslie@gmail.com. Even if you've only listened to 2, I still want you to email me. Let's have a conversation via email or something, or nothing. I don't care, but it would be awesome to just like validate instead of these like numbers on my screen. It's like associate them with human beings on the planet who like are ripple affecting something hopefully positive about who you are and what you came here for outside of being obsessed with food, body, and weight. Yeah. So that's it for today. We are going to be starting to do 2 podcasts per week now. We tried this about a year and a few months ago, and we stopped doing it because we didn't think that you guys were listening. Then we realized that it was like a fluke on our calendar. You actually were listening. So we gonna bring it back. So if you're excited about that, let me know in the email too. So you have an assignment. coachmeleslie@gmail.com. Just stop what you're doing right now. Just email. It takes 2 seconds to be like, 2 podcasts. Yes, I'm excited for 2 episodes per week now. And I'll be like, thank you. You don't need to write me a big long love letter. I know you're busy and you have a life. But yeah, let me know. It would be awesome. And looking forward to spending more time with you. If there are topics you would like me to cover, that's where you can let me know about that as well. I'm happy to talk about things. I had someone sign up for my program the other day from the podcast, and she was like saying inspirational things to me around relationships because she'd heard me talk about relationship stuff and interview people on relationships. So if you want a little update on that, I'm doing awesome. I'm doing so well. AKA really embracing me and spending time with me, appreciating my own home and not dating at all right now, and not seeing anyone. So just working on my social life and working on myself and sharing in real time with my clients what I'm learning so that they can continue to apply to their lives and continue to get more and more free from food, body, and weight. So thank you for caring about me. I hope that you loved Real Talk with Leslie. If you did, you can tell me that in the email too. We can do Real Talk more often. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. If you are serious about taking action on your struggle with food, body, and weight, then this is for you. Go ahead and text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483. Immediately after texting that number, you will get access to our free training that will tell you why you can't figure the food, body, and weight thing out, why you can't keep weight off even after you've been successful in the past, and how to actually overcome it, including a mini hypnosis session at the end. Don't miss out. Text the word hypnosis to 855-BE-ALIVE. That's 855-232-5483.